Hey everybody, I've got a really interesting video challenge that I have set up for both myself and Lewis. It is called the Bean Boozled Challenge. So my sister sent us for our birthdays, which are pretty close together, a bag of Fiery Five. These are the super spicy beans from the Jalepeno factory. They go from Sriracha to Jalapeno to Cayenne, Habanero, ending with the Carolina Reaper. We have not had these. Right, this bag is totally sealed. And we both like spicy foods, so this is a great challenge for us. So, Lewis, what do you expect to experience, and how excited are you to do the Bean Boozled Fiery Five challenge?
Well, I like spicy foods, but not nearly as much as you. So I expect to enjoy it for a few beans and then hit a jelly bean that makes me miserable. But we're not just eating jelly beans to be hot.
No, we're not just eating jelly beans. So what I thought we would do is we would each eat a bean, starting at the kind of like easiest bean, the least spicy bean, and then we would ask a question that both of us would answer. And we'll see how easily we can get through these questions about board games. You guessed it, right? Yeah.
That's why I'm here. I want to answer questions about board games.
And I'm making him eat beans.
He's making me eat hot beans. Okay. So let's get these beans out.
So let's open up the beans. There is a sign that says, warning, extremely hot. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. So first thing we have to do is separate the beans and make sure that each of us gets the right kind. So,
it looks like, oh, that looks like habanero. So, where's the red one? There's three red beans. Sriracha. Oh no. So Sriracha, I think, is this one without any coloration? These are Reapers. Those are the Reapers. No, those are Cayenne. Are they? Cayenne. And the Reapers are the white ones with the black dots. Oh, you're right. So we have two. Okay, so there's a Reaper. The green one's obvious, and the orange one's pretty obvious too. Okay, so let's get some pairs set up. So the jalapenos. And then we need these dark beans are the Cayenne, and the Srirachas are these, and the Reapers are on the end. So we need, oh no, the habaneros. Yeah. I'm sorry. These white reds. Wait, not the white reds. Are they? No, it's these ones, right? What's this white red? Is that looks like, no, this is an accidental Carolina Reaper. You don't want to start with that. I think it's these juicy ones. Okay.
Those all look different, right?
Yep, so let's start.
Okay.
Get your question
wait,
ready.
We have to do this one first?
Yep, get your question ready.
We're going to start with the Sriracha, and our first question is, what kind of game is missing from the market that you want to play?
Okay.
Okay, here we go. So what
Oh, these are hot. Oh.
Is this?
That's like eating a pepper.
No, this isn't a Sriracha bean.
Yeah, it is. Okay. It's a hot one, though. That's the low level.
This isn't I like Sriracha.
Oh. So, there's a type of game that I thought about this, and there's a type of game I used to play years ago.
Uh-huh.
And they kind of do them now. They're like role-playing games where over time your characters get better and better.
Okay.
But I would like to see kind of a role-playing style game where you have a character or a team of characters and they improve game after game after game after game. But not necessarily in a role-playing style. So, not like Gloomhaven, but more like a Blood Bowl or a Necromunda, where you've got
like some of those
like team games where your team gets better.
Is it like the games you play XCOM, not XCOM. Is it XCOM?
Like XCOM.
Yeah, you want an XCOM but in a board game.
I want an XCOM in a board game.
Okay.
But not the board game XCOM, which is timed.
Okay. So,
okay, yes, that's
for
exactly
me,
right.
Thank you. Wow, that was really spicy, and I'm glad you spoke first. So I'm thinking the game. I'm getting so many really, really wonderful games. Honestly, I'm kind of overwhelmed by it. But the thing that surprised me the most is we have been playing a whole lot of Agropolis and Sprawlopolis.
Yeah.
And I want those cooperative adventures that are puzzle games. I think cooperative puzzles, and it's not that I wholly see it missing from the gaming world. I think that those are maybe just new enough that people haven't necessarily designed too many of them.
But you don't mean like Unlock or Escape.
I don't mean Unlock or Escape, and I don't mean a strategy game like Spirit Island where you cooperatively work together to figure out the puzzle of the board. I'm thinking abstract games, actually. So, again, Agropolis and Sprawlopolis, I want to work together. I
like
want
that.
to literally puzzle out, well, this gets me 5 points. It could potentially give us more. This one gives me this many points. And so I really just want it to be like a puzzle where everything clicks together and you work together to figure it out.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Next bean.
This is jalapeno.
Okay.
I don't know. Did we start with the wrong bean?
Maybe.
Okay. So the second question is, what game are you in the mood for right now?
They taste like jalapenos, right? Like they have that pepper flavor.
It tastes like a jalapeno. That first one, I don't know if it tasted like sriracha.
It didn't. We may have gotten the wrong starter.
Yeah.
I'm in the mood for a game that gives me a sense of strategy and where I have to do some thinking, but not so heavy that I can't get it played in 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I feel like there's great strategy games, but they tend to hit 45 plus minutes, and I wouldn't mind I'm kind of in the mood to just play. Maybe it's because we've been playing Sprawlopolis, you know?
Yeah, and it's
I feel
so
like
fast.
I get a really nice feeling from a game like that, and it's only 15 minutes. So, I don't know. We played Rival Networks the other day, and I felt like that kind of scratched that itch a little bit. There was complexity to it, and yet it's really about 45 minutes, and we were done.
It is, and it should be. That's good, and that one particularly is a great 2-player. So it's really geared to a short experience for 2 players, and that's it. So I think that works really well.
Nice.
A game that we've been playing recently, kind of hits that spot too, is Nidavellir.
Yeah,
and I think that game can be pretty fast. You can do it under an hour if you've played it before, for sure.
For sure.
So the game that I'm in the mood for right now is something that is story driven. And we had a lot of fun recently playing Sleeping Gods and Forgotten Waters. And for me, those both have that kind of storybook. You flip through and find different locations that allow you to do certain actions. And then there's a story that pieces everything together, giving you information and just flavor text and like all these different choices that you get to make. And I don't know, I really like that kind of story-driven game, and I'm in the mood for that right now.
There's also kind of a story in Pandemic Legacy Season 0 that's been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Story-driven games can be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
All right, next question.
This is the one we're eating?
Oh, geez.
Oh,
this
dear.
is Cayenne.
All right.
Okay. What mechanic do you enjoy the most and why?
Cooperative. I didn't think this would be true. I grew up playing war games. I grew up playing games that were all about conflict. And
Yeah.
I have come to realize that I have the most fun when I'm working together with everyone at the table and we overcome a challenge.
Yeah. I was really surprised by how many games were in your top 50 that were cooperative, because when we met, I don't think cooperative games were...
They almost weren't
weren't a thing yet.
Like Pandemic was kind of the start of that cooperative
and
kick.
that has just captured you, and I love it too.
It really has.
I think that's really helped temper my competitiveness too. And I've really found a lot of joy in playing cooperative games together.
That one's getting my tongue a little. It's okay.
Yeah. Oh, you're okay?
Yeah, it's all right. How's it doing you?
I'm doing...
All right, what's your mechanic?
My favorite mechanic is reaching in a bag and pulling something out. I love reaching in bags and pulling stuff out. I like it so much, and I think I'm trying to understand like what motivates me and what kinds of gaming mechanics work for me and why. And I think for me that one is I'm always about lucky. I love lucky things. So I was thinking about this. The reason I find it so enticing is because when I play Fallout, I will always up my luck. So like, I will always rather be lucky than anything else. Like, honestly, that's like my thing. And I'm like, come on, mysterious stranger, you know, like shoot whatever is in front of me. Like, I want that. And so if that's me, playing video games, that's me playing board games. I like the luck factor of like grabbing the coolest, best thing in my sack.
Right.
And it's awesome. So
Okay.
yeah.
What's this next one called?
This next one is called Habanero.
Ah. All right,
What
ask
the-
the question.
What theme draws you in most and why?
I am a sucker for sci-fi themed games. If I see a game has a spaceship on it or a guy with a laser pistol or a lightsaber, I'm like, what's that game? I want to play it. And it's kind of ridiculous because those style of games don't always translate to my favorite, but there's something about a sci-fi theme that speaks to the inner child in me that makes me, want to go explore whatever's out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, what theme speaks to you?
I think the themes that I like the most kind of come down to Euro themes. And I know that might sound really blanket,
What does that mean?
but what that means is like any kind of traditional Euro game that's like some period piece, like...
You got a little...
Oh my gosh, I tried not to get the tissue.
Here, give me that one in case I don't know.
Okay, so like Rococo or, something that, I don't know, Augsburg. Like I want...
You just want the word, you want it to be in Europe.
No, I mean, it might be set in Europe. But it just, to me, like that, when I see a name like, ooh, Castles of Burgundy, or I see something like that that's super Euro-y, I'm in. Like, I'm in. Because I feel like the game is going to be there, but I think the theme is really attractive and pretty and interesting, and I'm just like, I'm there.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, kind of weird. Maybe a broad or weird genre or like theme to consider, but...
I get it. I get it. Okay. Last one.
Oh gosh.
So these have gotten pretty hot, but
Yeah.
they're not unbearable.
No.
Not yet. We'll see. This is supposed to be the ghost pepper.
No, Carolina Reaper.
Oh, what's the difference?
I don't know, but it's not a ghost pepper. It's a Carolina
It's a
Reaper.
All right. What's the question?
Oh god. The question is, who is your favorite board game designer and why?
I'm gonna have to think about this one. Why don't you
Okay.
tell me yours first?
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna start with first.
Hot.
I'm gonna say that I think there's something really exciting about some of the new up-and-comers. So, as you know, with my top 50, I love Feld, I love Rosenberg, I love Wallace, right? There's some really great designers who've been around for decades, and I like them. I like them a lot. But I'm gonna say that I like Alexander Pfister's games, and I really, really like Hargrave's games. I really like what Elizabeth Hargrave is doing with her games, and I know she's only got 2 out now.
Well, she has more, but we've really focused on those 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's just phenomenal what she's doing, and I also think that it's phenomenal how much my brain totally jumps into Alexander Pfister's games. Like, I get them, and they get me, and I have a great time with them.
So that's in the back of my throat.
Me too. It's pretty
Ooh,
bad.
That one's bad. That
one
one's
hurts.
hard.
It hurts.
It's in the
It
back
hurts
of
in
my
the
throat.
back.
So, you know what? You might be right. Alexander Pfister might be the favorite right now. I really like Gloomhaven and Isaac Schiller. You know who I really think is a great game designer, even though he's only got a few games? Eric Royce.
Yeah.
Spirit
Speaking
Island.
of Spirit Island, yeah. Fealty. Fealty was the first game.
And no one knows about Fealty,
that
but
we
it's
played of
great.
his.
I love Fealty.
Phenomenal.
Spirit Island is fantastic, and he really makes sure it's
Yeah.
all just well-balanced stuff. And his new one that's coming out for science, we got to test it, and it's great. And it's got building blocks, and you're doing science together as a team. It's cooperative, and it's timed, and it's great. So maybe I'd say Eric Royce.
That's a really good pick. I love it.
Started crying when I thought about Eric. He's such a sweetheart. And I'm like, oh, Eric's so great.
Yeah, he's a great designer, but he's also a great person and a good friend.
Yeah, he's one of the great people out there.
So Thank you so much for joining us for Bean Boozled, our Fiery Five challenge.
This was a terrible idea.
I will say that the beans got pretty hot.
Yeah.
And I'm glad
The
that they
Reaper
did.
got hot.
I'm
That's
glad
when it got in my
it's
back.
still there. It's still there.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that we were able to make it through and also answer a couple questions about our tastes and about what we're looking for and what we're excited about in the board game industry right now.
Yes.
Okay, so we will maybe see you next time with a new challenge. Who knows?
If we survive today. Ooh. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Ooh.
So, Lewis, maybe next time we can do another Bean Boozled challenge.
You know, rather than do another Bean Boozled challenge,
Uh-huh.
I'd rather play Scoville.
Me too.
Yeah.